Tom Green here, right here in this box, right here to tell you about this thing I came up with that you can give me money to do things. Memberships to this channel, 3 cost-efficient options. Just 99 cents a month, you can join the Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter tier. You will get custom badges so that when you pop up in the chat, everybody knows that you love me. I will say your name at the beginning of every stream. You plus me equals us. Just $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. Not only do you get the badges, not only do you get the shoutouts, also once a month I will do a special members only stream. What are we gonna watch? It'll probably be some really weird wrestling or wrestling kind of thing. And for just $9.99 a month, $9.99, didn't somebody else used to? You can mark off bingo on your Armstrong bingo card. You get the badges, you get the shoutouts, you get the members only stream, and once a year, you get to pick what we watch on Off the Grid. But don't go too nuts, like no porn. Don't ask me to watch WrestleMania 3, because that'll give me a copyright strike. And too long, maybe like 2 hours. Maybe send me a link to it so I don't have to download it. I don't like doing work. Very affordable tiers, 1 fee per month. You get to give me money, which is the important part. I'm happy, I give you perks. It's a real transactional relationship. America, am I right?
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
There we go, I think. Got it? We got it? That's about as good as we're gonna be able to get it right now. Hey! Whoa! Hey! There we go! Hey, look at us! Did it again. It's a little crooked still. We have... It's alright. Hey everybody, look at us! We did it again. Another 7 days round the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. Right there, look at it. Look, whoa, I lost my finger. Where's my finger? There's my finger right there. With my handle on all of the good social media platforms. Put in Blue Sky. Get on Blue Sky. Welcome to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat. Hello to everyone. Waving at all of you. Of course, WCW Deep Cuts Live. Gather every 7 days to watch the quote-unquote television classics of World Championship Wrestling from the 1990s-ish. So, we'll get to everything in a second. First off, big thanks to those who just upped their subs before we went live. Refs as Wizards, everybody's friend Jonathan Mayer, and Hammer. Shout out to Hammer, don't hurt him. You didn't hurt me. You did good things to me. Speaking of people who do good things, shout out to my YouTube members. YouTube memberships, you saw the video up front. Thank you to Brian Dermody, Kamish Spiffy, Teroid11, David Syracuse, again Jonathan Mayer, double mention, Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fartmaster Supreme, Ken, Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob Kenny, Brenticus Maximus, we'll talk about you in a second, bud, Champagne and JD, Adam Suzanne, the Suzanimal, Yankee Hawk 04, Peyton Andrews, Adam Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J. Neptune Man, Bam Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse, Jamie Impois, Wild Woobs, Brandon Stevenson, and Bagsley. A few of you have joined since last week. So welcome aboard, everybody. In tinyurl.com/givetommoney, or if you're watching on the YouTube VOD, just watch live, brother. Yeah, thank you. Midnight Fowler. Midnight Fowler, thank you for the sub. Re-upping your sub. But speaking of cool things attached to this stream, look at that sign there. Look at this sign there right behind me. Right there. That thing. Made by our own Brenticus Maximus. You can check out his Etsy store at brenttech.etsy.com. You can get a sign just like that. Or you can get some other really cool 3D printed art. Some really cool retro game art. It's pretty sweet. He's a great 3D print dude. So check him out, brenttech.etsy.com. Use the code NOTTHATTOMGreen for 10%. Is that right? 10% off your own WCW sign. Thank you so much, Brent. And speaking of our fun community, join the Discord. tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. Come one and all. Having some fun conversations. I believe in one of the channels, we were chatting up Regina, Saskatchewan. And what's wrong with my brain? tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. Come join the chat with all of our friends. Saskatchewan. I'll learn it one of these days. But anyway, we're like almost 5 minutes deep into this. I think it's time we get into the show itself. Should we? I think we should. Let's go.
This week on WCW Worldwide.
All right. As always, let me know how the audio levels are. Too loud, too soft. Oh, Peter, you got a topic for my next deep cuts. Stunning Steve and his unfortunate hairline. There we go. Deep in Bill Watts land. Bill Watts county territory. And we are deep in the Jesse the Body Strongest Arm tournament. Look at that blouse on Jesse. That's beautiful. Rings out his eyes. Holy shit, Peter. I have to look into that. The New Brunswick WCW show in 90 got shut down due to an ammonia outbreak. I will definitely look into that, my dude. That's incredible. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, because I do simulcast these, please, A, get off the platform, and B, come over to Twitch. It's way more fun over here. You can interact. There we go. Masa Mahiro Chono. By the way, shout out to our new chatters tonight. I believe there's WrestleMania, Great Muda. Couple other folks. If I missed you early on, I apologize. Random Maniac, I am on Blue Sky. Hey, Ref Rob Page. Yes, I have not listened to Between the Sheets this weekend. I'm still catching up on the Patreon Russo episode. So we got old Scott Levy, Scotty Flamingo, against the NWA World Champion, Masahiro Chono. What a weird match this is. Chono versus Raven. Scotty Flamingo is maybe the most of its time wrestling character of the 90s. Like, he is so 1992, it's ridiculous. Like, even Raven was a couple of years out of date. Blue Sky is so active. Blue Sky's very active. Like, I'm already up to 2,000 followers on there. Tremendous arm takedown. For when you don't know what the fuck it is that you're looking at. The only thing the trunks are missing is the body glove logo.
Hammerlock and a reversal of a hammerlock by Flamingo.
92, so Tony Schiavone's gonna say Kinsuke Sasaki. So effing hard. I remember when Great Sasuke debuted on Raw's War, and Jim Ross only knew the incorrect way he pronounced Kinsuke, or he pronounced Kinsuke. So he called him the Great Sasuke.
Well, it's a step over toe hold
Yeah,
combination.
Blue Sky's the best.
It's a submission hold. One that he had put on.
I believe the referee is Mike Atkins, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Blue Sky, it's nice to be able to post an opinion and not immediately be called like a slur of some kind. The block feature on there is, it's a nuclear block. Like, people literally disappear. All right, confirmation from our referee expert, Ref Rob Page. That is Mike
Well,
Atkins.
it's very easy to get that forearm into the throat, and what can start off a sleeper can end up a chokehold, and you can literally choke your opponent down.
And Mike Atkins is the amalgamation of all the other WCW referees.
Look at Chono firing back on Flamingo. Flamingo tried to take the high impact route. Arm drag, full arm drag and twist.
The old forearm drag and twist. Where would we be without it?
Hooks the leg.
Hell of a Russian leg sweep.
You know all these holds and all your
Did
wrestling.
Chono do that a lot in his career? That's like a really good Russian leg sweep.
To the mat, Shivani.
Look, that Mike Atkins looks like Frank Zappa from far away. Thank you for the nice words, Jonathan. Also, shout out Cat and Hat. Thank you so much for the follow and bringing the crackers and soda. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Again, if you didn't listen to it last week, I was on the Cultaholic podcast this past week with Tom Campbell. Gotten a lot of nice words from folks who I have not heard from in a while.
And he is going to go right after Chono here.
I imagine he chose Chono over Muto if he even had a lot of decision power there, just because Chono has the Luthez lineage, and Chono wasn't a high flyer. He was like he was a wrestler's wrestler. Hey, Yokum. Yes, welcome. First time, Yokum. You're missing Masahiro Chono against Scotty Flamingo. Hell of an STF. What are we saying what about, Nathan? What happened that was so shocking? Here is your winner.
Coming up next, the strongest arm competition begins on Worldwide. Let's go to the magazine.
Boom, boom, boom.
First edition of the WCW.
Oh, hey, Teo Cham.
At the
Okay.
very head of the hour, we saw a very upset.
Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. I'm bad with usernames. But hey, Teo Cham.
The NWA title at Halloween Havoc. Now, as many of you fans know, Ravishing Rick Rude was scheduled to defend his.
Yes, I was on
WCW title
Cultaholic. I was on the
against
Cultaholic
Nikita Koloff,
podcast,
second match of the evening.
the audio
But
podcast
Ravishing
last
Rick Rude
week
found a way
with
out
Tom
of
Campbell right
defending
before
that
he went
title,
off to
as
get
you're about to hear,
married.
when Cowboy Bill Watts-
Congrats on the nuptials, Tom Campbell. But he has a hell of a chat.
That was going to file an injunction on this match. So what we did, we sat down with him because this match is booked for the U.S. title.
Look at Tony looking like a little ventriloquist dummy here.
But what Rude has done, he's
God, this-
forced us into a
I
corner
feel like the Bill Watts pay-per-views all kind of got messed up in the wash. Like they'd promote one thing, and then by the time they got to pay-per-view, like Bill like fired this guy, and this guy got hurt, and you just end up with a whole bunch of different matches. Then one got built up.
And if Koloff beats Big Van Vader, Rick Rude loses.
Say that to the nice people, Shivani.
And Van Vader would step in and meet Nikita Koloff, the U.S. heavyweight title on the line.
Yeah,
Van
Rick
Vader
Rude
as
wrestled
the
two.
surrogate.
He was supposed to
When
wrestle
we
two
come back on the
matches,
next
or he was
edition of
announced for
WCW,
two
we'll
matches,
have
and then the
an
story was, nope, I'm gonna let Vader defend the belt
interesting
for me.
incident between Medusa and
And then he
Paul
defended the
Heyman.
belt. It was a whole big mess. Convoluted. Gotta do the arm wrestling taunt.
This high performance drink.
Yes, Bill Watts would be gone
System to help
about
maintain
2-ish
peak
months
performance.
after this.
STP gas.
How close are WWE deciding Eric Bischoff as a commentator? Not very. My understanding is Vince thought he bombed the
You
audition.
need it. It tastes great. You
Yes,
need
we got
that.
commercials this week.
See? It's a
As
great
I almost
snack.
choke on my own
It's the
saliva.
spice. A great snack. See, it's smooth. Chocolate
See, the
milk
chocolate
is
milk
rich and
commercials,
sweet.
like,
B,
normal.
Your friends like it a lot. E, it's chocolate.
Like,
F, you love the taste.
this kid's not like, hey, if you drink this, you'll be very fuckable when you grow up.
Chocolate milk. What a tasty idea.
Yes, Brent, I guess we will. All those clips I take for the Deep Cuts live promos are taken from the shows we watch. So yes, we will see that later.
This is the only way to get that kind of performance from any other leading
Hey, therapy, everybody needs you.
engineered for today's smaller cars.
Chocolate milk, it's like a glass of puberty.
Doctors and pharmacists to take care of coughs with Robitussin. And they've taken this advice.
This commercial appears to have been filmed 10 years
by Dr. Mom.
before the rest of this stuff. Robitussin. I like Dimetapp better. Hi, Nicholas. Yes, Mark Madden faxed a copy of the Bill Watts Torch Talk interview
Robitussin cough drops.
to Hank Aaron. Yes.
From the cough experts.
Here's what I wonder. Are these Boku people out of their minds? How did they know to put black cherries and white grapes together? That it would be the flavor adults have been waiting for. I mean, why not asparagus tips and prunes?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, was there a sign? Did the neighbor's dog say...
Richard Lewis, baby.
Black cherry, white grape. Pass it on. Woo.
Boku fruit juice coolers from
We don't have a Richard
deliver
Lewis
just
these
slightly
days.
over the edge.
Was it aliens? Did aliens leave us the Great Pyramid and Boku?
In my business, my hair has to look great. And even one flake of
And
damage.
in my business, my hair has to look like I just got out of bed.
So I started using new Head & Shoulders. Yeah, Head & Shoulders is
Richard
new.
Lewis passed
Now
away
it gets
earlier
10
this year,
times more
R.I.P.
places where dandruff starts. 10 times. No other shampoo has this formula. Even one flake is one too many for me. And new Head & Shoulders works harder at getting them.
Imagine this guy's still alive. Probably a creep. Probably a real big creep. All right, Jesse the Body's Strongest Arm Tournament. I think I brought it up last year when we watched some Jesse the Body's Strongest Arm. Like, did somebody have the trademark on the phrase arm wrestling? Like, they had to call it Strongest Arm, like it's another sport? Look at how... I've commented on the Hotline banner before. They put that banner in the worst possible spot in the building. It might as well be outside.
8 competitors beginning this week will vie for the strongest arm in WCW. In this match, Johnny Steve Austin certainly
Steve Austin
one of the strongest in our sport as we go back
testing out the ring for an arm wrestling
of
match.
the opponent.
Steve Austin and his little boy haircut. Hey, Tom McCartney, welcome. Just in time for some arm wrestling. Got some Zubaz. Yes, the world champion is participating in this arm wrestling bullshit. Austin Ring Bugle Boys. Dude, Jesse Ventura, I believe, got voted in as mayor of his town in Minnesota with that haircut. This was very much a work, Green Boy. A big ol' worky work. Oh, sweet. Saved by the Bell brackets. Screech will arm wrestle Kelly.
This is what it's all about right
Ron Simmons is in bunkhouse gear for this arm wrestling match. In case anybody busts out a cowbell. And why are they testing the ropes? It's an arm wrestling match.
We have 3 referees.
We have 3 referees. I love how a body-to-body combat grapple only ever gets 1 ref. But for arm wrestling, we need 3 referees. Even tag matches, they rarely did 2 referees. And of course Nick Patrick's the lead. Why not? Yeah, button up that shit, Nick Patrick.
We're getting ready.
Like, why do they need so many referees? But seriously, put Mike Atkins between Randy Anderson and Nick Patrick, and it's like the evolutionary chart. Yeah, they need, Bravo, they need 3 referees for this bullshit. Yeah, Ron's got some cake in them jeans.
And look at this. Cactus Jack and the Barbarian are here watching.
Yeah, Nick Patrick was a referee before WCW. You couldn't tell, though, because he was terrible. Jesse appears to be moonlighting as a guy who is running disco night at the local tavern. Maybe they need 3 referees because they don't trust Nick Patrick to be able to call an arm going down. Yes, you have to be comfortable with the grip. That is a real arm wrestling thing. Because once it starts, if the other guy is like in position to like slide out or whatever, that's a real arm wrestling thing. Yeah, you can't tell it's a work. Steve Austin's winning at this point. Ron would have creamed him. Yeah, Austin doesn't even have like one of his feet on the ground. Casual villainy. NWA Champ opens the show. WCW Champ is in the second segment. Who's in the main event? President George Bush? Cecil Nix, thank you so much for the sub, bud. Appreciate you being here, bud. Yeah, Nick Patrick apparently just ran out of the ring. Oh, there he is. Ron Simmons, world champion. The crowd is going wild. God, imagine an arm wrestling tournament like on one of the big promotion TV shows these days. AEW Strongest Arm. Just be Powerhouse Hobbs slamming dudes. Look at that mane. That's all you can call that thing on the back of Jesse's head is a mane.
It's going to take a lot more than that to beat Ron Simmons in arm wrestling and in the ring. You got the Barbarian running after Ron Simmons. Big, powerful man. But I can assure you, Barbarian, where I'm from, I've been
Bob Marion, yes.
You get it, kid. If you want Ron Simmons' belt, you have got to kick.
Yeah, by the time he was governor, he shaved it all off. Thankfully. Ron Simmons gets to go to the Max, get a free milkshake due to that win.
A Big Mac and a Diet Coke, please.
Get the extra value meal. It's only $2.99 plus you get fries.
Jeez, this breaks my heart. $2.99 for a full meal.
I want fries. They're mine, not yours. If you want fries with dinner, get your own.
What an asshole.
I'll just have some of your father's.
No.
With our $2.99 Big Mac extra value meal.
Also, there's no way a babe like that is married to a man like that. I'm sorry.
What you want is what you get. Free refill? I'll just have some of his.
And you would say, oh, hey, he's making money. But no, they're eating at McDonald's. Holy shit, Cecil. A 10 nugget meal in Canada is like $15.50. That breaks my heart. It's like 10 here.
In minutes.
Thanks.
Something in my heart just told me my sometime is now.
That should be like a YouTube trend. Axes going through things.
People all over the metropolitan area are discovering that they have a great store just next door, A&P.
We shop in
A&P.
every day. Convenience close to our house.
That baby looks so uncomfortable.
Great. We use the A&P 8 o'clock coffee, which is wonderful.
8 o'clock coffee?
Everything's well displayed, well marked. You can
There's so much hair happening here.
It's a great store.
A&P. Has anybody here ever been doing A&P? I've never heard of it.
When my arthritis pain
Hell yeah, Nathan. So did I.
even little things are a big effort.
Tuesdays are a crazy night for my family, so yeah, we just stopped and got Mickey D's. And I took advantage of that $1 10-piece nugget.
You know, just one Advil is as effective as 2
A&P
regular
merged with
aspirin.
Stop and Shop and is now known as Stop and Pee.
Sometimes can. So now I don't even have to think about arthritis. Advil, tablets and caplets, advanced.
Oh, hey,
medicine for
Irish ND, I assume is Notre Dame. My grandfather was the manager of an A&P.
you'll find everything you need to create a
Oh
spectacular
yeah,
aquarium.
I love this guy.
We feature the complete line of Tetra foods and aquarium products. I'm Neil Padron, president.
I love
We keep
Neil.
our fish
Neil's
healthy and
the
colorful
best.
With Tetra.
If fish could talk,
Petland.
we'd ask for Tetra at
We should all move to Petland.
now with 65
America's too
convenience stores
scary.
all
We need
open
to
every day.
become citizens of Petland.
Fans, before we go back to the ring, it's Steve Big Van Vader
I can explain it, but the lady in the Advil commercial seems like a shapeshifter.
Rick Rude about what had transpired. Of course, at Halloween,
I love the little swoop in Tony's hair. Reminds me of like an Archie character. Yes, we should become the pets at Petland. Look what I'm talking about, Tony. Oh, hey, it's clean-shaven Rick Rude. I don't like this.
And I kick butt here in the United States. Now you dig up 15 seconds of tape trying to make me look bad. You can't do it.
Yeah, this is when Rude kind of, you know, he was dressing, he's wearing the robe and stuff, but he's kind of dropped the whole sexy guy thing, and he's just being a badass now. Cecil bumping for a ref, so that's how the business died. We've had a few Petland ads throughout the last couple years on here.
Introducing first,
Tell Bender I said hi, Jonathan. I'm glad to hear from him.
He's from the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, this Vader song rules. Did the WWF have a trademark on the stash? No, Rick Rude wore it up until about this time. And then I think he grew it back after this. I think he realized it was a mistake.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponents, total combined
Oh, this poor guy in the singlet.
First from Atlanta, Georgia.
T.A. McCoy. Oh god, it's Joe Thurman. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, this is the match. I did not realize this was the match. If most of you probably know what's about to happen. If you don't, you'll see it soon. T.A. McCoy looks like the guy you book when you can't get Mark Starr. Cecil. That one guy looks like his body is in middle school, but his face is attracted to middle schoolers. Vader should have sued Tim Allen. I didn't even look at the lineups. I just saw that there was arm wrestling. That's why I picked this. Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what he does do, though. He don't feel no pain, but his opponents definitely feel pain. Boy, there's no question.
You know a Vader squash is going to be brutal when he doesn't put the gloves on. That's like the tip that Vader's about to hurt somebody. That's Joe Thurman. He looks like a Popeye villain. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Here we go. Ah! Oh my gosh. Even before the incident. What is Vader doing? Oh, but he's pulling down his knee pad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he looks like he's like Vader's little boy. He looks like Frankie Stechino's little brother on Boy Meets World. Like when they went to go see Vader and Frankie in the trailer park and there was the little boy there. Oh!
Right on the back of the neck and the shoulders. He can get the pin right now if he wants to, but I think he's just looking for a little workout here, Shivani. A lot of guys like Vader.
So, for those of you who don't know, the reason why he's not touching Joe is because Joe's back is broken. Like, not an exaggeration. Joe's back is broken. Yeah, how was that not the thing that broke his back? And then this right here. Oh, yep.
coming from about 6
Yeah.
foot 4 inches in the air, drives him head first into that canvas.
I think all Joe Thurman got was this match being replayed for years.
He is just too much, man. Coming up next, Eric Watson action right now, WCW Magazine.
I do find it weird that of all the Boy Meets World cast members who like have praised Vader through the years, Ethan Suplee is like the one that hasn't said anything. Vader, I don't think Vader might have gotten like a little slap on the wrist, but they just used the whole thing to like hype him up even more. Like they replayed the match a couple times on TV, and then throughout the years, whenever like Vader had a big match coming up, he's like, "Oh, you remember Joe Thurman, what he did to him?"
The U.S. heavyweight title. Let's take a look at some highlights from that.
So yeah, it was the power bomb that hurt him. I don't know how it wasn't the choke slam. This is before the Cactus Jack feud. Cactus Jack feud was spring '93. I don't know if it's the greatest squash ever. It's the two most brutal moves back to back probably in squash history. He found the steel. Man versus steel, steel wins. It's always the weird things that hurt you, like, being power bombed on your shoulder. But yeah, I get what you mean. Oh my gosh. That was Vladimir the Superfan front row, yeah. All those like New York Philly fans were front row for that pay-per-view and just shit all over like Shane Douglas and Johnny Gunn and all them. Yes, Hat Guy was there also, yeah.
In the predicament of having to wrestle twice at Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, Koloff was gone, I think, right after that.
Well, tension between Medusa and Paul E. Dangerously.
Yeah, Koloff was on his way out. I love when Medusa would just randomly dress like a robot in like the 2050s, trying to dress like a maid from the 1930s. I guess is the best way to describe that get-up. She did it a few times. Yeah, this is when Paul loses the Dangerous Alliance, because Bill Watts don't like him. Don't like his people. Yeah, Joe Thurman didn't take good bumps, but also Vader threw him very hard. I think it's bad seeing everybody's fault there.
Well, Paul E. Dangerously certainly at his egomaniacal best, ready to accept all the credit. But
who did Bill wed? Bill loved his son.
Later on,
Bill loved Steve Williams.
Showed up. She had her own ideas about the situation, and well, in the next edition of WCW Magazine, we're going to show you exactly what happened between Medusa and Paul E. Dangerously. The action continues here on Worldwide right after this.
Pervert. Oh, speaking of old Eric Watts, here we go. Coming up next.
We asked a panel of experts how it feels to play NCAA basketball for Super NES. Here's what they said.
Bill Watts loved Kentucky Tavern and a fine salted ham.
The experts agree. The game that's more like their game is...
I'm glad we've gotten to the point where like every sports game has like a crowd animated in.
Superpower.
Like playing basketball in a void is just freaky to me. Double butts of boobies. I don't think I ever played that NCAA game.
There's no single gum like
I know I played Shut Up and Jam. I know I played NBA Jam.
Things were rough before I got laid off, and then...
Things were rough before I got laid off, you know?
Foreclosure notices on our house. My wife finally stopped the madness.
How?
Called Jacoby and Myers. Instead of losing everything,
Jacoby and Myers. Party on. Thank you all. Hey, thank you so much for the follow.
Furniture, my tools.
Yeah, they don't advertise gum anymore.
Laws aren't just for big corporations.
What's next?
Like they
We got a shot
should.
at getting our credit back.
Before you buy a compact camcorder,
Those
tapes play my VCR. No. No. This is the Panasonic Palmcorder camcorder. It's
Remember when we
tapes
had to
all
carry
VCR
around
recorders.
other things to
And
make
this is your chance
videos?
to win one. Send
Other
your
than our
name,
phones.
age, address, and daytime phone on a postcard to Panasonic
Daytime
Palmcorder,
phone.
P.O. Box.
Hey, here's my boss's
306,
phone number.
Radio City Station,
You want to
New
call
York,
and
New
give me a
York,
camera?
119. The Panasonic Palmcorder. Its tapes will play in your VCR.
A recent university
My mom had a camera like that,
has millions of asthma sufferers
and
breathing easier.
we went on a family vacation when I was a kid to visit my aunt in Maryland. And she's like, just take videos of like all the cool things we see on the way back.
I was afraid I needed surgery.
Instead,
My doctor said they weren't
every
serious.
time we went to a
It's time
gas
use
station,
Preparation H.
I filmed a toilet. I filmed the toilet and I flushed it. And then when I got to their house, I filmed the toilet and I flushed it. Everywhere we went out to eat, filmed the toilet and flushed it. We came back. We had 32 minutes of footage of me flushing various toilets.
Electronic talking battleship only from Milton Bradley. Simpsons Mania explodes onto the Super NES and Bart's Nightmare.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how my brain worked.
Slick 50, the engine wear protector.
Gary Michael seemed very shocked that they cut to him. God, if I could find that video, I'm throwing it on YouTube. It's in my mom's house somewhere. Oh, they misspelled the boss's son's name. It's E-R-I-K.
His opponent from Northport, Florida, 257 pounds.
Oh, Bob Cook. All-time great at making guys look great. I don't have it set up for digitizing tapes anymore. I used to have a whole station, decks and hard drives and all that. That was like years and years ago, probably 10, 12 years ago.
Right back to the corner. Cook tried to intimidate. Look at, pushed him right back to the corner again.
Well, Eric Watts is a big strapping young kid. You know, he stands.
Eric Watts is a big strapping young kid. What else do you want me to say, Bill?
One thing that's nice, Shabani, is having youth on your side, and that's what this kid's got going for him.
Oh, my mom was furious. She cussed me out. You little shit, Tommy.
You know what else youth works good for? When you get those little nicks and bumps and bruises, you tend to heal quicker. At Eric Watts'
Yes,
age,
Bob
you know,
Cook was part of the Battle of the Underdogs. He also, around this time, had a dark match with Sean Waltman that was said to be like the best tryout match in WCW history. So, of course, Waltman ended up going to the WWF instead. Exactly, Signal Nation. Buster Brown from out of town. He also liked to call me that. Hey, Rowan Fresh. Erotic Eric Fontaine with the sunglasses emoji. Brian. Yeah, Eric Watts here dreaming of getting the team with old Chad Fortune. How? Okay, Eric Watts had a very unique body type.
This kid's too big to have been a quarterback.
Very tall and lanky, like a dinosaur almost.
He's a big guy. Absolutely.
And yet they somehow found the one other wrestler on planet Earth with his body type. And they got the team as Techno Team 2000.
You wrestled, you played football, you probably are
Rangy,
the world
yeah.
wrestling champion too. You're going to tell me about that.
That's what they call it when you're 24 years old and you're still built like you just hit your growth spurt.
To the midsection.
Thank you, Howard Cosell.
A reversal. Eric Watts sends him in. A Beal once again. That time
Eric Watts is built like one of those like 14-year-old kids that goes viral in travel ball for being 7'9".
Play announcers. You never did nothing, but you know about everything. Good shoulder block there by Cook. Ooh, and Cook, big right hand. Welcome to the world.
God, those great right. Oh my gosh, the Bob Cook punches. Oh my gosh. Hey Ed. Hello. I see you over on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Eric Watts was pretty freaking bad at this time. He gets better later, but it's like too little too late. Bob Cook ruled. Like, if he didn't look like a math teacher, he probably would have had a run. Oh, the drunken fisherman. Like he kind of went off to like the side with it somehow. Bow, down, down.
The bridge suplex.
And an excellent bridge suplex from right out of nowhere. Let's go back to replay.
The imperfect plex. Yes.
Hooking the hands real nice.
Oh, yeah, that's about where he went wrong.
Takes him over, keeps the hands locked. Beautiful bridge. 1, 2, and 3, and a big win for the rookie.
You know, we talked about his
Wow, your dad's name is Bob Cook Signal. Wow.
heavyweight champion Hiro Matsuda, Masahiro Chono, and Kitsuki Sasaki. Let's see some of that.
You look at Eric Watts and I see a man that is very into dirt bikes. That is a very specific, but a vibe that I could see.
The step over toe hold cross-faced to the man who originated the hold, NWA champion Chono.
I love how the whole Eric Watts character at the time was, I'm shitty, but I win all of my matches. That these Japanese wrestlers are all better than me, but I'm going to beat them all someday.
And as Eric once again applies the STF to Chono, we see young
Like,
lion
and
Eric Watts.
I think Bill Watts, the one thing he didn't get about doing the whole young lion thing was that the young lions lose.
It's the WCW
Catch the Clues contest. Yes, that is Masahiro Chono.
WCW program from October 31st through November 22nd.
Catch the clues.
Very carefully for clues.
That's the best thing you can catch in a WCW locker room.
Once you've heard the clues, send the correct answer along with your name, address, phone number, and age to
And
WCW
age.
Catch the Clues contest. P.O. Box 78184.
Is Grizzly
Atlanta,
Smith
Georgia,
running the
30357. That's WCW Catch the Clues.
Yeah, about 2 months after this, they do the STF in the gas station parking lot. True story. In the very early YouTube times, somebody uploaded the video of Eric Watts putting Arn Anderson in the STF and titled it Wrestler Catches Pedophile.
Got a view to get the clues. So keep watching this WCW program for your chance to win.
Here comes Brian Pillman, heel Brian Pillman. No, he's a heel because he's letting his hair get dark.
Open sesame.
Hey, Joe, we're down to the last Butterfinger.
The best thing Butterfinger ever did for their brand was these Simpsons commercials and attaching themselves to the Simpsons at this time.
Simpson going deep.
My kids have discovered The Simpsons finally. They've binged like 5 seasons in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Why drink chocolate milk? Hey, come on. A, you need it.
They fucking love Sideshow Bob.
B, it's a great snack. Hits the spot. A great snack. C, it's
Again, I much prefer this to the regular milk commercials. Where they're like, drink milk and your dick will be down to your knees.
F, you love the
It's they're working through it chronologically, so we're in season 5 right now.
What a tasty idea.
So yeah, the good stuff. We've gotten past the clunky first season or 2. Now we're in the real good stuff. Yeah, I think the video got taken down finally. But like in 2006, 2007, that Eric Watts Arn Anderson video was up, labeled Wrestler Catches Pedophile.
1-800-652-0300 for a free demonstration.
Brian, why do you need chocolate milk? Because the smarmy Boy Meets World type guy says so.
If you've been hiding from nighttime cold medicines,
No, not that.
there's a medicine you'll like.
This is different, dear.
Robitussin Night Relief. It relieves your sneezing, sniffling, aches, and coughs without alcohol, unlike that other nighttime cold medicine which has 25% alcohol.
Thanks.
Why don't you want the alcohol?
Expect from Robitussin. New Robitussin.
Somewhere or under, I have the Michael Stipe Simpsons figure. That's the only one I have. It's more because I love REM. Jesse Ventura looks like he's about to go out back and shake down some kids who stole quarters from his arcade.
But I'll tell you, I don't like Shane. He reminds reminds me of a right-wing Republican like Falwell and like Robertson and all
Jesse.
those characters.
I love Jesse. At this period, they just let him go off on Republicans every chance he got.
He pokes him in the eye. Bill like a deranged look. Oh, he ran into the post. That's an automatic disqualification.
Like, Jesse fucking hated Shane Douglas. He hated Shane Douglas. Because Shane was like a big Rush Limbaugh guy. Why does Jesse look like he's in the Jailhouse Couture? Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. He's like, it's like prison, but European.
Magnum TA, crony, who the better man is.
Well, I don't know how much time we have.
Oh, look at that thing. Look at that beautiful mullet on Shane's head.
Let's hook him up. Let's hook him up right now.
Let's look him up. Let's hook him up. I am so excited. Hopefully you get to execute it, Cecil. I will not spoil myself. Oh my gosh.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is set for one fall.
I love that, like, early heel line brands like coming out all like slow with like, I'm all snarmy, I hate you fans, but he still has this song. Dun 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 dun. That mullet is the Mike Awesome of window cooling.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, 211 pounds.
Ricky Nelson. This guy would go on to run like a bunch of tours of wrestling in China. Like for years, I'd read about NWA Mid-Atlantic in like the late 90s, early 2000s, running in China. He was the promoter.
I know that for sure.
You know, it seems to me anyone can intimidate anybody. It's obvious you're not intimidated by me no more.
Yes, Ricky Nelson probably does have the better wrestling son. And his son's probably a mechanic.
Flying Brian and Shane Douglas.
Ricky Nelson has that little boy mullet we've discussed before. You know it when you see it.
Hip toss, Beal out of the corner.
Hip toss, Beal out of the corner.
Absolutely. Look how pleased he is with himself, and he's got every right to be. That was a textbook hip toss right there, executed by Flying Brian to perfection.
No question about his execution.
Just kicking him right in the balls.
Fundamentally sound as they'll come in this sport. Chop and then a blow to the head. Nelson back in the corner trying to fight his way out.
Nick Patrick's like, I do not give a shit.
I personally like the
Hey, Skeet Kundo over on Twitter. Earliest 90s WCW is the best. I agree.
Winning's what makes it happen.
Get out of their way, Nick. They weren't doing anything.
You're right, Jess.
God, Nelson is so much better than Lexus King. So much better.
He's complimenting him.
And you would trust that handshake.
Look at arrogant Nelson. He won't do it.
Yeah, the WWN you're talking about, Idol Wild South, would go on to be the one that like worked with Gabe and like did all the FIP, Dragon Gate, Evolve stuff. Yes. Ricky Nelson's like Savelle Bill Murray, Mulkey, not Murray.
Knocked him right off his feet.
Drove that knee right into the thigh, and that'll cause it to tighten up real quick, and you'll see Nelson hobbling around for the remainder of this matchup, especially if a Charlie horse is in there.
The dreaded Charlie horse. What a wrestling injury. Oh, cool hammer. Oh, the chop block. It's illegal in football. Yeah. Yeah, this is the period where Pillman told Bill Watts. And Bill Watts was like, either I cut your pay and push you, or you can keep your contract and you lose every match. And Pillman's like, guess I'll be the highest paid jobber in wrestling. But I think this is the point where Bill Watts realized, shit, I kind of need him.
And I'm Tom Zink, the Z-Man. Look out, WCW. We're ready for action, and we're coming your way.
And we're not wearing pants. I believe so, Yankee Hawk. Yeah, I believe they only really had a need for 3 referees.
My brother does
They weren't like running 2 different house shows.
Spring-loaded fork handles the tough stuff, no problem. And the oversized tubing is made for rugged riding.
And like this is the Bill Watts period. They were cutting costs at every corner.
But he does now.
Hey, Flexor by Murray.
Yeah. WWE made Tom Zinks disappear before he died. Also, the fact that he was in and out of jail. Oh shit! Leaves or McDonald's? That's another reason to jump to Blue Sky, by the way. Hangman Page is posting on there. And in terms of wrestlers, he's like a Hall of Fame poster. And he's already come up with like a classic Blue Sky meme. Leaves is plants.
Now the
Yes.
spike-headed one.
Uh-oh.
First lesson.
Oh, man.
Lesson number 2. Now we take butter.
Shrimps is bugs. That is a shame he can't run with that merch with his current gimmick.
Get a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Lesson number 3. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Something incredible is happening.
Yeah, no,
with your
those
Sega
Simpsons
Genesis,
ads
even
look
more
good.
Power. Game Genie now works with your Sega Genesis system in most games, like Sonic the Hedgehog, Kid Chameleon, Toe Jam, and
I think a lot of people were scared to make the jump because of the last time people said they were going to Blue Sky and then nobody actually went. But like, it's really hopping now. Like I posted the other night, like I'm only using my Twitter account to like promote things. I'm done tweeting otherwise. Oh, here we go. Oh, you know, the fabulous Freebirds of Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson? It appears as if Michael Hayes and Jesse Ventura went shopping at the same store. They're like, shit, we both like the same shirt. Let's just get it in different colors. But no, the gimmick, if you don't know, behind... Oh, what the fuck is happening? My dogs are going crazy in the background. The gimmick behind this team is you have a member of each of the 3, quote, best teams of the 1980s all together to take out the Steiners.
Why not? Let's go back to the ring.
Yes, there was a deal on TV with Michael Hayes and Paul Lee. Yes. Bobby and the Pussy. Hey, Bobby and the Pussy, if you're out there, we miss you. There we go. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 236 pounds.
Bow, 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 bow. Look at that jacket. Frickin' Shane. Shane Nichols in his Walter Richie Sambora jacket. That's the same shirt Jesse's wearing, but in purple. The exact same one. Yeah, a lot of Shane Douglas. Bill Watts loves Shane Douglas. Arn Anderson here. Cecil says Arn Anderson here is the same age as Nicholas when he won the WWE tag titles. Arn Anderson did not know how to read.
Jay Youngblood once with Paul Jones and once with Dustin Rhodes most recently. He and Beautiful Bobby tie up, but of course Beautiful Bobby, a man.
Ricky Steamboat's sweet ass airbrush tights.
Right hand to the face, former member of the Midnight Express.
Michael Hayes looking like he just left a job interview at Enterprise. You know, I bet these two could be shot with tranquilizer guns and still have, like, a really good match. Just not have control of their limbs. Oh. Michael Hayes is like, shit. I have to do something.
You're taking a look as Shane Douglas comes in. Shoulder block takedown. Hovers over Beautiful Bobby.
Bobby Eaton next to Shane Douglas look like the 2-star stylists at any hair salon in this era.
Chasing the World Tag Team Champions. Dusty Rhodes and Barry Windham. Both have signed contracts to face the World Tag
It is frightening how easy wrestling comes to 3 of these 4.
You're seeing 2 of the ranked teams, and the team that gets by this one is going to be the natural opponent for Windham and Rhodes in the world title.
Steamboat. Great martial arts skill displayed right there, sending Arn Anderson down after a series of hair pull takedowns. And Anderson backs to the
It's amazing. I saw Shane Douglas. He did like a promo spot at a show down the road from my house a couple months ago. This is August, I believe. July or August. And he walks out. Again, this is summer of this year. Triple H has been in charge of WWE for like a long while. He comes out and he starts bitching about how Vince McMahon is ruining professional wrestling with the way that he's leading the WWE, present tense, and how this indie promotion that is running its first show is going to come from the ground up and start the same revolution they did in Philadelphia in 1994.
Absolutely, Anderson, the real veteran.
Not a single person in that crowd like got what he was saying. Because I don't know if people understand, but ECW wasn't very big in Central Indiana.
And now beautiful Bobby introducing Rush Limbaugh's nephew into the turnbuckle.
Right to the jaw. Tag. Arn Anderson measures him. And the enforcer is going to get down to the team with the best teamwork that prevails in this one. Shane run out of the way.
And in competition like
Sorry, my dog's getting into something on the counter. Eleanor, down.
He nails beautiful Bobby on the apron. The crowd explodes.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura fucking hated Rush Limbaugh.
Reversal by Anderson. In the corner with Bobby, the wrong place. Nails Bobby. Oh, but he turned his back on Arn Anderson. And the knee brought him on the outside.
Oh, you know what's going to happen. Shane Douglas is going to do an anti-Vince promo at a show and then have to like hand over a WWE ID contract to some 18-year-old kid.
The left hand from Michael, PSAs. The man who was hired by Paulie Dangerously to oversee these 2 men in the ring. Beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson. Bobby continues to work.
God, Ricky Steamboat's so good.
Anderson goes after the head as well.
So good at doing nothing.
And why wouldn't they? They got him hurt.
Also doing things. He's very good at doing things also.
And the experience of Anderson and beautiful
I would say WWE commentators should also be taking shots at their political enemies, but it wouldn't go well. It would be very awful. Judging by some of the people that their lead commentators follow online. The youngsters, Shane. Why? We need more youngsters in wrestling. We don't have enough youngsters anymore. We have young wrestlers. Plenty of young wrestlers. Not enough youngsters.
The problem is, though, he needs to concentrate on the legal man and forget about the guy who's illegal in the ring. And that's what he
Arn is like 19. 1, 2. You guys are killing it.
Two of the top-ranked tag teams in the world. Bobby, up on top. Steamboat
Steamboat
nailed him.
nailed. Oh, he's flying Brian. That'd be great, Cecil. I'd be a big fan of London Lightning becoming that triangle-shaped youngster.
I love it. Flying Brian Pillman saw his opening, came out, did the damage, and now he may end.
Referee Frank Zappa trying to restore order. Like, this is around the time Bill Watts really kind of figured out his groove booking-wise in WCW. And started getting behind the right guys. Like, and you can tell, like, the crowds aren't big, but they're loud.
Thanks.
And welcome to the final edition of this week's WCW.
Eric Bischoff in these segments always looks like he's in the opening credits of a sitcom, and he's like the shitty neighbor. Like looking off camera, smiling, and then looking into the camera, and then his name appears.
WCW for winning the heavyweight title.
I've had it with you. I've had it.
I love how they made Vader stand here for this other angle. He's Steve Rhodes and Married with Children. The actors that played Stephen Marsky are doing like duo bookings at conventions now. Like you can book them together. Fired.
And because you're a woman, and I know that means that you're stupid, I'll spell it out for you. F-I-R-E-D. Fired! Fired! Fired!
Wait, what did she call him? Did she call him the F slur? Steve left season 3, I think, season 2. He left earlier than people remember. Fat. I thought she had a G at the end of that. Or bastard? If it's bastard, that's still ain't a lot on TV, Deuce. Oh, she bastard. Okay, I just heard the last syllable. I like to present a clean image in the ring, but sometimes it's very tough. What the fuck type of clue is that? Like, who would have that have been? Like, was there a wrestler that had OCD? Oh, Sega CD. You can watch GIFs.
That wasn't too bad, kid.
I played my first Sega CD game after the Saturn came out.
One of these engines was filled with
and I was still very excited.
A new synthetic oil, the rest with conventional oils. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point.
They were then drained and put back into the cans and sold at supermarkets everywhere.
That tests show it leaves a layer of protection far stronger than conventional oil. And if Syntec protects this well now, imagine if you leave it in. Castrol Syntec.
Imagine if you leave it in your car forever.
When Jeffrey catches a cold, we see the pediatrician.
I love my pediatrician. He's my dad.
There's not a child on this planet that has ever said the sentence, "I love my pediatrician."
It relieves sneezing, nasal congestion, runny nose.
Though I love Dimetap. I'd drink that shit with like my meals if I could.
And yours. Now get the great taste of Dimetap.
So good.
New Dimetap chewable tablets.
Sunday,
I can be happy.
after you watch the miniseries Sinatra, we'll take you back to when the best was yet to come.
I can do this.
After you watch this guy pretend to be Frank Sinatra, well,
Began.
I'll show you all this footage that we found.
You'll meet the friends he grew up with and the women he loved.
There've been a lot of lovely things.
Yeah, goodbye pediatricians that I just pissed
A
off.
Sentimental Journey. Sinatra, Home in Hoboken. Sunday at 11 on Channel 2 News.
They just canceled the news that night to do a Frank Sinatra special.
Arrested for shooting Mary Jo Buttafuoco, set up by a
Yeah, like every prestige Netflix series now would be a shitty TV miniseries in the 90s.
Hear my story. How many men did you sleep with?
Another Inside Edition.
How many men did you sleep with, Amy?
Fisher tells Nancy Glass her story. Watch Inside
She's like, I'm going to shoot you too.
Monday at 4 on Channel 2.
All right, fans, we're back
Okay,
on
we'll do it
Worldwide with
live.
former World Junior Heavyweight Champion Mr. Hiro Matsuda. We saw him earlier on in a training with Eric
How did they
White.
not learn their lesson from the JTEX Corporation? All right, Teo Cham, have a good night.
Tell us what exactly is going on.
Well, do you know, Mr. Shivani? Already signed time. Contract been signed. They have to wrestle in the arena.
That's right. It has been signed with you and Sasaki.
That is a little surprising, Ed. I agree that we haven't seen an Amy Fisher Netflix movie. I think we'll see it eventually. If we're relitigating the Melendez brothers. Yeah, Rick Rude like 3 people can see his face in the whole building. Also, Medusa is a heel with Rick Rude and a babyface against Paul Lee. It's so confusing. Hiro Matsuda is peeing his pants. See, the thing about Rick Rude is he was such a good Street Fighter that he couldn't pretend to get his ass kicked in these pull-aparts. Like, there's that one with Sting from Super Brawl where he just beats the shit out of him. Like, that one there, it looked like he was gonna kill Kensuke
My
Sasaki.
lips feel dry and cracked. I need Blistex.
Blistex ointment is the only leading brand with moisture. Medicated Blistex with the advanced moisture system.
Bill Watts wasn't letting him look at the camera until he grew his mustache back. Predator 2. Nowadays, we're electing those folks to office.
If you're bald or just thinning, check out
I wish I was thinning. Anyway, before we go into our second episode of Worldwide, let's check out what we're watching Sunday on Off the Grid.
You think you could take these 2 young stallions out? Come and try it tonight, Antioch Elementary. See ya. All right, that is Sunday on Off the Grid. Keep in mind, special start time Sunday, 8:30. My son Noli has a basketball game that's going to run late, so might not be home at 8. So, yeah, 8:30 p.m. Sunday, special start time. See ya. It's really weird stuff. The other Southeastern Wrestling. Another lovely blouse on Jesse here, as I need to fix the thing. Give me just a second. All right, that is fixed. Again, it just looks like Rick Rude beat the shit out of him. Rick Rude is, or Jesse Ventura is looking like a white guy pretending to be Mongolian.
Well, he's gonna find out that this ain't the land of the rising sun.
Fans, we have ravishing Rick
Like, what does that even mean? He's gonna find out that he's not in Japan. I figured all the Americans in the building would tip him off. Pay me in the body, Demento. Rick Rude and Medusa is a great act. Because Rick knew how to act just horny enough for Medusa without coming off like a geek. He wasn't like, oh, Medusa, you know, like a lot of wrestlers do. Like that overacting bullshit for like hot women. Rick Rude would just like check out her ass behind her back.
Listen to what he's got to personally say to you, Tony Schiavone. What I'd like to have right now is for all you fans.
Oh gosh, Judas. Fuck.
Told ya. Out of shape.
And see, the things I liked that Rick Rude song. Rick Rude had a lot of great luck with entrance music.
While I take my robe off and give you a good look at the sexy.
Give you a good look at how weird it is that I don't have hair at my face.
Shabani, how does he know so much about you personally? I mean, he literally described you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the stars would have ever aligned in any scenario for Rick Rude to ever be the WWF champion. Hogan didn't like working with him.
Look at them abs on this guy. I mean, this guy has it all.
Like, he bailed when Warrior was champion. Like, if he would have come back in 98, 99 like he wanted to, I don't think Austin would have dropped the belt to him. Austin was too hot.
Oh, there's Sasaki. There's Kensuke Sasaki as he continues to grind away. But look at Medusa. Turn around. Sasaki is in the ring.
Shinsuke Sasaki just pulled twin magic with a blonde guy. Yeah, the tights don't pop as much, partially because he's probably worn that specific pair like 20 times, but also because this is an old VHS. I think Rick Rude's the bigger who coulda woulda.
What an athlete ravishing Rick Rude is. Wasn't even prepared for Sasaki. And look at how he's turned the table.
Like, because if Rick Rude were in another era, he would have probably been a world champion at some point.
That should be a disqualification. He knocked him, he threw him over the top rope.
Rather seen Rick Rude walking
And I kind of think if he would have hung around Japan more often, he could have been like a huge gaijin.
Ravishing Rick Rude. You got who you wanted.
Talk about a sneak attack.
It looks like they're on the auction stage at a fairgrounds, selling off pigs.
Sasaki, when I get to the arena, your butt belongs to me.
Your butt belongs to me. I think Rude in 92, like Ed brought up, probably the closest he could have been to being a world champion, because him and Sting had such good chemistry. But Vader was the right call as the guy who took the belt off Sting. He really was.
Sasaki obviously wants a piece of ravishing Rick Rude.
Nice bird shit print, Jess.
Welcome to the first edition of the WCW magazine.
Yeah, if Vader wasn't there, Vader decided to hang around New Japan full time, Rick Rude would have been the world champion.
Broadcast time in your area. World Championship Wrestling comes your way with 7
Sasaki is trained
on national
Kyo.
television, including 3 rounds of boxing between Johnny B. Bad and Scotty Flamingo.
Somebody put a question mark in his copy? 3 rounds of boxing?
For the bad man himself.
Go fuck yourself, San Francisco. San Diego. San Francisco. What the
I'm
fuck?
so pretty. I'm so pretty. Well, you ain't pretty, pal. You're a goof. You're nothing. You're like a clown to me. Now, I'm pretty. Look at these good looks.
And this is such a 1992 gimmick.
With me and try and give me some tutti fruity and rock my booty. Ain't gonna happen, pal, because I'm Scotty Flamingo. I'm the Flamingo Kid.
Like, nobody else in wrestling would have done this gimmick until like
And
97.
now I'm gonna beat you, and that's all gonna be done with that. So there.
Like, it came off like Scott Levy actually watched television,
Sasaki to face Arn Anderson and beautiful
like
Bobby,
listened to the
along with
radio.
strategist Michael PSAs, and because of what has allegedly transpired between Cowboy Bill Watts and the Dangerous Alliance, Arn Anderson,
Whereas
beautiful
everybody
Bobby,
else in the
have
company
put
was
bounty
like
on Eric Watts. Brad
jamming
Armstrong
to
takes on Brian Pillman,
80s
WCW
country.
light heavyweight action, and it's the Ghetto Odds match. You're always
The Ghetto Odds match.
And I'll be back later on in the hour to tell you more about that action coming your way this Wednesday night.
Eric Bischoff sounded like he wanted to call the cops just saying that.
I'm visiting my in-laws.
The Ghetto Odds match is a handicap
They
match
don't. No bother.
with black people.
Spearmint gum, that cool,
That's
clean
why they
taste
called it
is
the
most
Ghetto Odds
inviting.
match.
When I can't smoke,
Because the babyface
I
team
enjoy your chewing
was
satisfaction.
Ron Simmons and it was supposed to be a guy named Robbie Walker, not Bobby Walker. A lot of people think Robbie Walker and Bobby Walker are the same guy. Not the same guy. It was Bobby Walker and Robbie Walker, different wrestlers. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the sub. Tip the cap. And yeah, Tony Atlas on the other team. Black also. But yeah, it was a 2-on-3 handicap match. Too Cold Scorpio ended up debuting in that match. Thank you so much, Boz1291. Appreciate the kind words. And this.
In my office, it doesn't work.
Oh man,
No
we can't
problem.
smoke at
That's your
work.
Wrigley Spearmint gum. That cool, clean taste fits any agenda. When I can't smoke, I enjoy pure chewing satisfaction.
Things were rough before I got
Here's this
laid
guy
off,
again.
and then, wow. Creditors calling day and night, foreclosure notices on our house. My wife finally stopped the madness. How?
God. Advertisers thought wrestling fans were just the biggest
Our bankruptcy
poverty
helped us
cases.
keep our house, furniture, my tools. You know, the bankruptcy laws aren't just for big
Yeah,
corporations.
you can't do a Ghetto Odds match these
We
days.
got a shot at getting our credit back.
That's would be a good idea. Maybe in like XPW.
With good news for
these guys from KT.
Each KT formula for birds or small animals is fortified with vitamins, minerals, and amino acids for a complete and balanced diet. A diet that lets you feed your pet with confidence.
KT, better nutrition for a healthier pet. Always
These
at Petland.
these birds were hopped up on such weird shit. Be able to perform.
If you're bald or just thinning, here's something really new. These men have BioExcel's hair rooting
I think this is a
system, and they look
WCW
great.
like
Hair
stock
rooting,
music
a
entrance
breakthrough in hair
song.
replacement technology is a unique non-surgical insertion process. It gives you hair the way hair grows, guaranteed. Call
Like you had to like
BioExcel right
put
now,
the hair in your head, like
1-800-652-0300
strand by strand.
for a free demonstration, or call to receive our
I thought that said
hair
bald.
handbook
Thinking.
free. Hair rooting, the way hair grows.
Hair rooting. There we go. More arm wrestling. Strongest arm. Stitching. The cross stitch on your head. There we go. That is bird shit all over his shirt. Thank you for the cheers. Bravo needs bacon. Throw up the devil horns. There we go. Okay, and that banner. Why couldn't they have found a place to like hang it closer to the ring? Why did it have to be like in the darkest corner of the arena? Cactus Jack dressed like my mom. Barbarian wearing a seatbelt made of an animal. A Triple H and Khali doing the arm wrestling into broken glass is one of the weirder things of that era of WWE. Also, how has that never been a deathmatch step? Yeah, the Barbarian theme was not good for Barbie. Also, why the fuck is Arn Anderson in this tournament? Shout out Alabama Picker and 2 Old Scorpio over on Twitter. Barbarian looked like he ate a small child. A few of them, I imagine. Down a mile. God, look at those little strands of hair hanging off the back of Arn's neck.
And Barbarian, you don't look like no Boy Scout either. So I'm gonna get somebody out here to watch my back.
Oh,
Michael, come on down.
we need managers. We need 3 for this arm wrestling match. We need 3 referees. We need an announcer in the ring. How about you just like clear the ring so the fans at ringside can actually see what's happening? There's an echo in the building.
You have a preference? They're saying left-handed. You want to go left-handed?
Like, and that's the thing. Like, Arn probably could win an arm wrestling match if he like, knew the technique and such. The wrestling fans don't know that. We just want to. We're dumb. We just want to see the big guys go. Arrgh. Yeah, and Michael Hayes not wearing a shirt. He's the shirtless manager. What a look. Arn's like, I don't want to touch you. Arn Anderson is currently working harder in this arm wrestling match than most wrestlers do in like 20-minute main events. What a heel. Arn is trying his ass off. He's working so hard. Arn was a spry 21. I love the grip. Don't rely on the grip too much though, because your shit gets insensitive, and next thing you know, nothing works down there. Yeah, Arn Anderson wearing his little white trunks for arm wrestling. At least last week, everybody wore their like street pants.
1 foot must remain on the ground.
And this is November sweeps. So Bill Watts
He's like, you know what'll really bring in the fans? Fake arm wrestling. That's right. The Tony Atlas gimmick was he would have whooped all these guys' asses, except he signed his contract with WCW too late. Yeah, we don't have any referees in the way this time, which is good. We can see what's going on. I have to think wrist tape should be illegal in arm wrestling. Ah! And Mick with the little hair flip.
The Barbarian will move forward. Cactus, I'll tell you, I'm very much impressed.
Also, I'm a big fan of Barbarian painting his face for an arm wrestling match. Tony Atlas backstage politicking for a toe wrestling tournament. Yes.
You learned a painful lesson, but you won't be the last. There's only one man in WCW who might compare in arm strength to the Barbarian. That's Tony Atlas, and he came too late to be involved.
What a fucking weird stable. Cactus Jack, the Barbarian, and Tony Atlas. Also, Mick keeps doing this hair flip thing. Very sassy. Yeah, Mick's hair is weird. Because, like, it's kind of long on the top. It's not like he, like, buzzed it short. He's got hair up here. He's just got way more in the back.
In the air. Hijackers are on board. Who's in charge? You are one passenger.
The major wrestling figure, Dynamite Kid boxer. Where he's like...
Critics call Passenger 57 a non-stop, nail-biting action.
Oh, I thought it said anal biting.
Is sensational. Chill out. I'm one of the good guys. Wesley Snipes is Passenger 57. You ever play roulette?
The amount of taxes that Wesley Snipes did not pay from this movie.
David, dinner time. David, dinner. Come on, David.
David. Gotta go, guys. My mama's cooking dinner.
Extra value meal and low-priced Happy Meals. Dinner at McDonald's should actually sound as good to you as it does to your kids.
What you want is what you get at McDonald's tonight.
$3 fucking. No, we're playing with these leaves.
Right now, all
Room Plus. It's like a room, but better.
This week during our
God, that's so cool.
You'll find more loft and bunk beds at lower prices.
I don't know if I've said it on here before, but I convinced my parents, even though I did not have anybody else that lived in my bedroom with me. When I was a kid, I had a bunk bed. I really wanted a bunk bed. I didn't even. They could have just got me a loft.
Room Plus, just round the corner.
But no, that's it. They got me a second bed. Leaves as plants. Oh yeah.
At Land Discounts, you'll find everything you need.
At Land Discounts.
Aquarium. We feature the complete line of Tetra Foods and aquarium products.
And I've tried them myself.
We keep our fish healthy and colorful with Tetra.
If fish could talk, they'd ask for Tetra at...
It looks like the fish is mocking him. Talking mad shit about this commercial. Hell yeah, Nathan. Only children with bunk beds.
In my business, my hair has to look great. And even one flake of dandruff, even one, can wreck the whole thing. So I started using new Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders is new. Now it gets
I use the generic brand, Knees and Toes.
No other shampoo has this formula. Even one flake is one too many for me. And new Head and Shoulders works harder at getting them. New Head and Shoulders, because great hair.
Holy shit! With inflation, according to Great Muda, person did the math that for that meal for two people, it's $26 now. There we go. It's my boys. Tex and Shanghai. They had just started in WCW, I think, at this taping.
And look at, they got hanging ropes, Shabani.
They got hanging ropes. Hooks.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents from hometown South
Holy shit, look at that guy.
458 pounds, the team of
Rex Casper. What a look at that guy. Hey George, you're a good wrestler, but it's kind of distracting how sleazy you are. Can you find like somebody that looks way sleazier than you? I know it's gonna be hard. And George was like, yeah, I got this guy right here. That's right, this was used for Clash of the Champions 10. Texas Shootout. Bang bang.
Don't matter, we can hang you high right here in Augusta.
Mark Canterbury wearing the mask because he had literally been doing jobs as Mark Canterbury up until like a couple of weeks before this. George South, still working. Recently popped up at the Gathering of the Juggalos on behalf of the Jesus for Juggalos Church. Or Juggalos for Jesus, rather. Or, I mean, Jesus is for the Juggalos as well.
Advantage here at the leverage advantage on him, but South turns it into a nice hammerlock. Good reversal. Pierce, though, nails an elbow right to the face. Takes him off his feet with a shoulder block.
Well, Big Shanghai Pierce wears the mask, and, you know, there's a couple of reasons why guys wear masks. Hide their identity, which is obvious, or because they're so...
And also to not catch viruses.
Or they're wanted.
Certainly Shanghai Pierce.
You never know.
It's wild, and I found this out recently. Dennis Knight is helping out a couple of WWE main roster wrestlers with their creative right now. He's doing like a test trial basis thing.
Very methodical. First appearance on
Like I think he's helping out the Wyatt crew in the Last Testament. And I know for a while he was working with Shotzi Blackheart on her stuff.
Big Texan. Tex Schlesinger.
Why is it all Texicans are big?
Clothesline.
Find you somebody who loves you as... Oh my god, that guy almost broke his arm.
Good looking agile maneuver right there by the big man.
Yes, indeed, great chef. Also, nine-toed man. Lost a toe.
Certainly, Jess, you got to realize they're going to be a force in tag team wrestling here in WCW.
Well, it's an interesting concept. You know, our champions right now both hail from the great state of Texas.
Absolutely.
They're Texicans. Then you got these two from the other end.
This dude's singlet looks like a Halloween episode of In Living Color. Also, that clothesline was sick as hell.
He almost took his head off with that one.
We are going to be seeing Baron and Dustin later on in the hour, but right now we're taking a look at two more big Texans. Mauling away at Casper and George South. Tag is made. Schlesinger back in. Double team maneuver here.
Ferret of... Is it Ferret of Doom? Or Ferret of Doom? Either way, Ferret. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow.
This has been domination.
I could see where that comes from, Jonathan. That thought. Texican Sons borderline racist.
Double axe handle that time over the ropes. Right to the
But with Jesse, I do think it's a term of endearment. Like, he just likes the way it sounds. And he only calls white people Texicans.
A warning by official Mike Atkins. Got a clenched fist.
Oh gosh. This guy sucks, by the way. This, was it Rex Casper?
Here's a cover.
Like, he looks like if he would have wrestled Vader, his back would have been broken as well.
I've always believed you should get the pin when you got the chance.
The foot to the midsection. Now Shanghai
Oh,
Pierce.
reverse DDT. Other than Steve Kern, I think Dennis Knight might have been the first guy to do that on American television.
Winners, the team of Tex Schlesinger and Shanghai Pierce.
Yes, that was the most impressive debut.
What a dope song.
Absolutely.
Rex versus Tex.
Come up with a big victory in their first appearance here on Worldwide. There you see
Look at this clothesline. He's going to hurt him. Yet nobody seemed to ever, oh my gosh, know how to pronounce Tex's last name in WCW. Yes. Some people said Slagener. Some people said Slasinger. Some people said Slazinger.
2 and 3, and look at that. You know, I think maybe he ought to put a mask on too, Shivani. That ain't a pretty face.
Hey, stop pinning him. Get off of him. Stop with that lateral press.
Go to WCW Magazine. Look at them hanging ropes. We'll stretch
What a pleasant way to end that segment.
You'll wish for a break.
Mess with these guys, they will kill you.
WCW Magazine. I'm Eric Bischoff, reminding you fans once again that coming your way.
I'm Eric Bischoff, reminding you guys that I don't have genitals.
Live. Check your local listings for the broadcast time in your area. WCW has a tremendous card indeed. Listen to this. 7 explosive matches coming away.
7 explosive matches.
Heavyweight division action. Brad Armstrong takes
and 3 shitty ones.
Now, because of what's allegedly happened to the Dangerous Alliance because of Bill Watts, Arn Anderson,
Jesse's saying Dennis Knight is ugly. Meanwhile, the referee looks like a cross between a Zappa and Slim Jim.
To face a veteran tag team.
Sorry to hear you have not gotten Wendy's yet, Signal now. Get yourself a Frosty tomorrow.
We heard from Scotty Flamingo. Well, he's going to be stepping into the ring 3 rounds of boxing when he faces
now they put the
Johnny B.
exclamation point
That is going to be
on the
a match
teleprompter
up
instead of the
for both
question
Johnny
mark.
B. Bad and Scotty Flamingo.
Hey,
And
Andrew.
exhibition, they're calling it the Clash
Unfortunately
of the
not.
Sexes between
No.
Paul E. Dangerously
It would have been
and
wild if he
Medusa.
wrestled.
Paul E. Dangerously opened his mouth
Leon
and said he was
Schlesinger.
with one hand tied behind his back, and Bill Watts has now given him
Tex.
that opportunity. But it's the Ghetto Odds match. Ron Simmons,
God,
Bobby Walker taking on Tony Atlas.
even
the
if
Barbarian,
the
and
ghetto
Cactus
odds
Jack,
thing
also part of
wasn't
this
like
great
racist,
This Wednesday
I
on
just
national
don't
TV,
like hearing
once
Eric
again,
Watts
the
say
odds are
Eric
against Ron
Watts,
Simmons.
Eric
Tony
Bischoff
Atlas, you came out
say
here
ghetto
humiliated.
odds. It
Robbie
just
Walker
gives
on
me the
TV,
creeps.
And he came to the aid to defend me. You knew I was out of town. But one thing he showed me is that he had guts. And you know what I'm made of. We're going to get into that ring at the Clash and show you that Ron Simmons, and I'm going to take that kid, and we're going to show you that we've had to fight our way.
Ron doesn't seem to know his partner's
You're
name.
going to have to fight us, brother, to earn respect.
Ron Simmons, the people's
What an
champion,
asshole
an athlete
Eric
who was
Bischoff
grown up with
is.
the
Doing these
odds
big,
against
like,
him. Definitely looking forward to stepping into
faces.
the ring with Tony Atlas, the Barbarian, and Cactus Jack. Now, earlier on, we were talking about the Clash of the Sexes. Let's check in with Medusa. Hear what she has to say.
Polly Dangerously, who the hell do you think you are? I'm gonna finish
Missy,
what you started
not
at
Missy,
Halloween
Medusa,
Havoc at Clash of the
back from shooting all the motion capture stuff from Road Rash.
I'm gonna kick your butt from here to Tokyo. And when I'm done with you, not only are you gonna have one arm tied behind your back, you're gonna have both feet tied around your neck.
Tied
And
behind
you're
your
gonna be
back
the only
and-
one lying in the middle of the
and
ring.
another
You're
thing.
a poor excuse for men. And this
T-shirts
woman
to protect
will take
Billy.
care of you once and for all.
I don't know. Maybe.
You'll definitely want to be on hand this Wednesday night for the Clash
Maybe
of the
casual
Sexes
villainy,
between
we'll see.
Medusa and Paul.
We're definitely gonna.
Also,
I mentioned it on the Discord.
Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes.
Deep Cuts number 100 is coming up
Ricky the Dragon
the
Steamboat
night before
and
Christmas
Shane
Eve. We're doing a
Douglas.
special
Great
Monday
matchup
stream
there for the
that
unified
week
tag
because
team
of the
titles.
Christmas
Also,
holiday
it's a
in
semifinal
December
round of the King of
next
Cable,
month.
and the first two teams will be
And we're
drawn
gonna
for
watch
Battle Bowl. All this action
something
coming
that
your way
we
this Wednesday
won't be
night.
able to
Check your local
put on
listing.
YouTube.
Live
So
WCW
who
action at
knows?
its best.
Bow, bow, no. Here we go. Sting. Sting in his big old robe. Yeah, Deep Cuts number 100 coming up in 4 weeks.
Motor oil that meets the world's toughest requirements for
Viscosity breakdown.
This is the only way to get that kind of performance from any other leading brand.
Yeah, I figured they were just like, oh, it's Paulie's match. Who gives a shit about the promo?
You better stay here. It's a pretty rough ride.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, what a journey it's been. 100 weeks of all this jazz.
No problem. And the oversized tubing is made for rugged riding.
Look how cool I am. I'm a 12-year-old riding my bike over rocks.
But he does now.
Like, you know, all those kids do in middle school.
By Murray.
Coolest kid ever get lost in the desert. I bet he smokes cigarettes.
Cleans intake valves and fuel injectors.
Yeah, you know how the cops are treating their own cars? Oh, congrats, Signal now.
Here's what I wonder. Are these Boku people out of their minds? How did they know to put black cherries and white grapes together? That it would be the flavor
Richard
adults had been waiting
Lewis,
for?
baby.
I mean, why not asparagus tips and prunes? I mean, was there a sign? Did the neighbor's dog say, psst?
And in the 90s, Richard Lewis is great, don't get me wrong. But, like,
from McCain. Flavored
all you needed was a black suit and a mullet, and you could have an okay comedy career.
Leave us the Great Pyramid?
Again, not an insult to Richard Lewis. Richard Lewis is good.
If you're bald or
There are like a dozen guys with that same look that all at least got a HBO half hour.
Hair grows. Call BioXcel right now, 1-800-652-0300, and get a free demonstration.
Wrestling fans have the shittiest
You
hairlines.
know all you need to know about Aniston.
well, you don't know everything. Anacin is such a strong pain reliever. Headache sufferers find Anacin more effective.
Let's do all these brain scans to figure out
so if you get the kind of headaches
what
that
aspirin we need to take.
The kind that put you in a bad
Wrestling
mood,
fans are balding deadbeats who need fish company.
Rediscover
Yes,
Anacin
Brian.
For stubborn
Fucking
headache
advertisers. And we have headaches all the time.
Balding is children. Children are loved. Time is passing. Is there room and love in your heart and
What
home
the
for
fuck?
a child with special needs? Call Spalding today. A child is waiting.
Okay, I'll do it. Fine. That, I felt so much anxiety.
Stetson Cologne, the great masculine scent that's easy to wear.
That commercial
Hard
gave me
for
so
a
much
woman to
anxiety.
resist. Stetson fits.
Stetson.
Hey, why'd you stop? My lips feel dry and cracked. I need Blistex.
Blistex
I've seen
Ointment
movies
is the
that
only
start
leading
this way.
brand with moisture. Medicated Blistex with the advanced moisture system.
It's Simpsons video game.
I love how the video game companies just sent the same sponsored by stills to both game shows and pro wrestling. Alright, here we go. Sting's gonna beat somebody very quickly. Nothing on Sting matches, by the way. Just no color scheme at all. Like, Ron Simmons had no chance as top babyface, with Sting still being there. Sting, 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 Sting. Sting, Sting. John Peterson. If he was born in another era, what the fuck was that kid was doing the Rick Rude? John Peterson in another era would be firing off in a squash match against Chris Hansen. He came along about 10 years later.
Back to the attack, and Mike Atkins. Say what, got his dander up there. Jake the Snake
That is dander up, not dandruff. Doesn't have any hair.
No question about that. Over the top. Good elevation by Sting.
Oh. John Peterson looks like the guy that these advertisers think is watching the show. It looks sadder when wrestlers are laying on bare concrete versus the mats. Like, it just looks depressing.
Peterson in. Of course, Roberts, the master of the DDT. And Sting certainly felt
John Peterson never saw a school that he couldn't be within 250 feet of.
Well, I think the problem arises there is you got Sting, who, you know, is a pretty nice
Mike Atkins breaking up these two so he can ask if anybody wants to go smoke weed in his van.
Anywhere. Shoulder blocks by Peterson. Peterson working over Sting as he pinned in the corner. And John Peterson, tremendous athlete out of Seattle, Washington. He trained under the Valentine family.
Oh, he got kicked in the balls. Wait, John Peterson. We're getting John Peterson facts. John Peterson, a Greg Valentine student. He is Greg Valentine's Stan Lane, the only wrestler ever trained by Greg Valentine. It was nice of John Peterson to turn before Sting even bothered. John's like, yep, this match is over. See, the problem was he was trained to not really get going until about 20 minutes in. He needed 20 minutes to really warm up. And he never had a match longer than 3. Oh, you know John Peterson has this match on a tape somewhere, and he makes everybody watch it. Gary Michael Capetta doing a ringside interview. Dick move by Sting. GMC doesn't get many of these moments. Sting's just like, I'm going to yank the microphone from you.
World Championship Wrestling trying to get rid of the Stinger. Every one of them have failed. And up until now, I never have once said that I wanted to get rid of somebody. But I gotta get rid of somebody. I'm allergic to them. I'm itching all over. Breaking out into
Talking about you, Tex Lossinger. You don't shower.
at the top of the list.
Ah!
Comments from Sting when we come back up close with Dustin Rhodes. Stay with us.
Yeah. Hey, Sting, here's a little plastic version of you. God, look at those jackets. Great jackets.
When your engine is working hardest and needs protection most.
Castrol GTX. Find it in aisle 7 at the grocery store. Yeah, Guillermo Capetta probably had some really good questions written down for Sting about like the technique of the Scorpion Deathlock. But nope, Sting's like, I'm gonna yell.
GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Try Castrol Super Clean for tough, greasy jobs. If it
Won't come clean with Super Clean, it won't come clean.
Something incredible is happening that will give Sega Genesis even more power. Game Genie now works with your Sega Genesis system in most games.
Now we're selling Deca with it.
Toe Jam and Earl. Game Genie for Sega Genesis.
Excellent.
Game Genie. I knew a teenager when I was a kid that had a Game Genie. I thought that shit was so dope. Yeah, Jake was gone already, and Sting's out cutting promos on him. It's funny, when Jake left, I remember the episode of Worldwide the week after he left. They actually went on TV and were like, hey, Jake's going to get help. He's got a problem. We wish him the best. We hope that he can, kick this problem.
That shatter the community.
Andrew. I can imagine little boy you, Mom, what motor oil do we use? Is it Castrol?
When Jeffrey catches a cold, we see the pediatrician.
I love my pediatrician.
I love my pediatrician.
He recommends
the Woke family.
Doctors have recommended the Dimetap brand over 200 million times. It relieves sneezing, nasal congestion, runny noses.
And Jeffrey really likes the great taste.
Not to be confused with the Woke family who won't shut the fuck up about their pronouns, am I right? But
now get the great taste of Dimetap Elixir in new Dimetap chewable tablets.
Can't even have a cold because of Woke.
The WCW Catch the Clues contest. Watch this WCW program from
What's the clue this week?
Through November 22nd. Listen very carefully.
I sit at a kitchen table when I eat, and I love eggs.
Send the correct answer along with your name, address, phone number, and age.
Yeah, that claw thing? That like John Peterson's hand?
78184, Atlanta, Georgia 30357. That's WCW Catch the Clues contest. P.O. Box
Catch the clues. WCW Catch the clues.
If you win, you can be cruising.
There's no fucking way somebody won a car. Hey, franchise, yes I do. Brett Armstrong, Great Muta from Saturday Night. Great match. That guy has a weird shaped couch. It's just like a big chair. A little bit earlier, these birds were swarming over my head and they went shit everywhere. I went to go bathe and the worst.
Variety of subjects. Let's go to tough guy Tony Schiavone and Dustin Rhodes.
And don't forget to vote third party.
Dustin Rhodes, one of the great young athletes in World Championship Wrestling, no question about that. But
look at that neckline on Dustin.
Career and where your career is going.
That's a man who is confident in his titties.
I know all the fans want to know about the conflict that apparently has arisen between you and Barry Windham.
Barry, why were you trying to pull his pants down, bud?
A little bit too much, out of proportion, possibly.
I do think, in a way, everybody's blown this out of proportion.
Everybody on this show, out of their wrestling gear, look like European club promoters.
Since I was just a little baby, So, in families, you have families that there's a brother, two brothers in one situation, they might get in a fight with a guy. Well, that brother will stand behind his brother 110%. And that's just like me and Barry. We had a little disagreement, but it's nothing. I mean, really, it's nothing.
You are still the unified
they
tag team
shot this during a show.
Certainly, as unified tag team,
you can tell by all the seats back there.
Where do you go from here as tag team champions?
Well,
still shirted up my face is bad.
Challengers to face, people like the Barbarian, Tony Atlas, Arn Anderson, and Beautiful Bobby are a tremendous tag team. I mean, the list goes on and on.
List goes on. That's code for I don't know any other teams in the company right now.
Get in that ring and wrestle 110% with anybody, and we were going to remain the Unified World Tag Team Champions.
When you think about the Rhodes name in the sport, you certainly think about being a singles champion. Your father was 3-time world heavyweight champion. Let's ask you. I mean, everybody wants to be a singles champion, wants to be the man. What are your goals?
What if Dustin's like, I don't want to.
They want to conquer the world immediately.
I just want to stay employed, win enough matches to not lose my job.
Taking their time, taking each day step by step. What I want to do, I think my main goal right now is around the waist of Ravishing Rick Rude, the United States title.
And that is a robe. That's my goal, is to get a robe. I just want a robe. All right, Stephen J. Neptune Man, this week in history, November 21st, 1992, the Philadelphia 76ers beat the Nets 104-95. The Knicks beat the Magic 92-77. The New York Islanders beat the Calgary Flames 4-3. The Rangers beat the Jets 5-4. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the New Jersey Devils 2-0. And the #1 song in America, like we have discussed earlier, How Do You Talk to an Angel? By the Heights.
Think about your father and the impact he's had on your career, and
a make-believe band.
Rhodes family. What comes to mind?
I hope Tony puts the Ring of Honor world title on Dustin. Like, yeah, unfortunately, he ain't getting the AEW belt. I at least have him like beat Jericho for the world, the ROH world title. Dusty was Watts' right-hand man booking this stuff at the time. He's in the WCW, definitely.
To me, he's the greatest idol in my life that there ever could be, and I just want to be just like him, not following his footsteps so far as riding his coattails, but just be just like him.
I don't want to follow in his footsteps. Like, Splotch Business? No.
1969, my grandfather, my dad's dad, he passed away, so...
I'm glad he clarified his grandfather was his dad's dad.
That kind of put it
the 7 gimmick, he didn't ever wrestle in it. He just did the one entrance.
To make my father happy and to even
I don't really know if I can have many thoughts.
Watching this and make him happy.
He just did the entrance and then he shit on the gimmick.
For the United States heavyweight title.
Mr. Plow, I watched that with my kids recently. Still holds up.
Pretty interesting comments there from my colleague Tough Guy Tony Schiavone and Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that was one of the first Russo changes. When Russo and Ferrara came in, they had him do the Beaver Cleavage Chaz Warrington thing.
Hey, I'm Johnny Gunn, and I'm Tom Zink.
I'm Johnny Gunn.
We're ready for action, and we're coming your way.
Jobber Tom Brandy. Sudi, there's no way they were wearing pants. Like, they had to at least be in, trunks.
That wasn't too bad, kid.
They should have just called them Chip and Dale.
One of these engines was filled with Castrol Syntec, a new synthetic
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be more of a horror movie monster, but yeah, because of the look, the comparison was Powder. Like, I think it was Wade Keller and the Torch was like, they're gonna bring him in as a child molester. Yes, Johnny Gunn was the dude who originated the phrase 12 large at the gimmick table. Yes, that's where Larry Sweeney got that from.
Hey,
Tom Brandy, the one and only.
It tastes great. You need a snack. B, it's a great snack. Hits the spot. A great snack. C,
Great
it's
snack.
Smooth. Chocolate milk is rich and smooth. D, your friends like it a lot. E,
At least this is just yeah, you'll have friends.
love the taste.
And not adult women will want to touch your wiener.
Chocolate milk. What a tasty idea.
Now, little spike-headed one.
Uh-oh.
First lesson.
Remember when kids wanted to do karate?
Now we take Butterfinger break.
Now they just want to riz.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Lesson number 3.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
There we go. More Texicans. Yes, this was the period where they were both the WCW and the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Before they just, like, ditched the NWA tag titles one day. Oh, hey, it's me. It's that DDP. Kicking out with that Vinny V. I don't like chocolate milk in any form. So I'm not a good one to answer that, Casual Villainy. Yes, that's right. Future WCW tag team, The Insiders, in the year 2000. That's right, Green Boy. DDP and Kevin Nash. DDP was like 9 gimmicks stacked on top of each other.
All right, Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes, the Unified Tag Team Champions, Diamond Dallas Page and Vinny Vegas. I know you got something you want to say, Jess, as always, but first of all...
What happened? There we go, okay.
Wyndham and Dustin, everyone's claiming you shocked the world. Well, it didn't shock me. Let's check the recent past history of the belt.
Let's check out Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton doing a TikTok.
Beat the Steiners. Now you beat Doc and Gordy. So is it going to be a big shock when Bobby Eaton and myself beat you? You see, parody is prevalent in WCW right now. On any given night.
I thought he meant parody, like Weird Al. What is going on with this thing? Come on.
More than we've lost.
Diamond Dallas Page with an elbow.
Diamond Dallas Page with the fringe. DDP looks like he's dressed to move your couch. It is wild that Dustin Rhodes is the only guy in this match to not be a world champion. That's right. Ghost of Burt Prentice. Why can I talk tonight?
And Diamond Dallas needs to tag his partner. He's been in there too long, Vinny Vegas. And I just want to mention quick here, Vinny Vegas will take on Van Hammer in the next round of the Jesse the Body Ventura Strongest Arm Tournament here in WCW.
DDP's wearing like a girdle.
Full arm drag and twist. Barry Windham back to the attack. Windham and Rhodes attack, and here comes Vinny Vegas. As you heard right before the break, Dustin talked about maybe the little conflict he and Barry had, and basically said, just like brothers would, sometimes tempers get out of
God, Barry Windham was so fucking big. Like, he's almost the same size as Kevin Nash. That's insane. These two are beating the fuck out of each other. That's awesome.
To the midsection.
And Windham getting the upper hand here. He's firing like pistons into the midsection of Vinny Vegas.
Firing like pistons. Wah wah wee wah.
6'5". Vegas, of course, around 6'6", 6'7". Arm drag takedown, right to an arm bar.
I'll tell you, between all 4 of them in there, I don't think any of them are less than 6'4", because Diamond Dallas Page stands about 6'4".
What a basketball team these 4 men are. Oh my gosh. Oh, what the fuck was that?
That time he hit the base of his spine, basically, on the
like, Dustin was good enough to not break his neck there, but he had to do all the work.
Diamond Dallas Page sending Dustin in. Dustin duck. The lariat over the ropes on the right side. Here's the cover. He got it.
Kevin Nash is 6'9", 6'10". Like, Barry's like a shoot 6'5", 6'6". He might have shrunk in later years, but at this point, he's every bit of 6'5".
Sending Page in. There's the cover. Got him.
I think Nash, when he played basketball in college, he was measured as 6'10". That's sneakers, so... Well.
Edition of this week's WCW magazine. I'm Eric Bischoff, reminding you fans once again.
I'm Eric Bischoff, reminding you fans I don't have a soul.
Championship Wrestling comes your way with a phenomenal card. You're going to see Eric Watts and Kitsuki Sasaki teaming up to take on Arn Anderson, a beautiful Bobby Eaton. Brad Armstrong takes on Brian Pillman. Johnny B. Bad faces Scotty Flamingo in 3 rounds of boxing action. Earlier on,
that's how you say the name of someone you believe to be effeminate. Scotty Flamingo.
I'm Johnny B. Bad, the bad man of World Championship Wrestling. And you know what I love about flamingos? They're so pretty. In fact,
What if he just like talks about flamingos the whole time?
Flamingo who says he's prettier than me. Can you believe that? I've had
Great hair, cap teeth, dead eyes. Can't lose.
Look at this face.
That's right, Brian.
So pretty. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna kick his booty with my two.
According to Google, Nash was 6'10". I think Kevin said he's down to like 6'8".
And the odds are always against you in the ghetto. And in the ghetto odds match, it's going to be Ron Simmons and Ron
Again, stop
Walker
talking
teaming
about
up
the ghetto,
to take on
Eric.
Tony Atlas, the Barbarian, and
Yeah, you're from Detroit,
the exhibition
but
between Paulie Dangerously and Medusa has
come on,
got
buddy.
everybody
Who are you
talking. The
fooling?
unified tag team titles on the line as Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes defend those titles against Shane Douglas and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. All this action and a whole lot more coming your way live on national television this Wednesday night. Check your local listings. You don't want to miss it. I'm Eric Bischoff. The action continues. I'm
Eric Bischoff, and you're not. All right, what obscure, sad clue is this? I'm so okay. This one, this one is actually applicable to a wrestler. Last week was like I have OCD. This week is like Johnny be back. Hell yeah, Mario Kart. I love Super Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart in general. I'm not good at it, but I love playing.
Check your rear view and make a mean test. Or go into pedal mode and ruin his day.
Go into pedal mode.
It's two-player fun on the split screen. Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
Superpower. Favorite edition of Mario Kart. Whatever one's on the Switch. I have the Switch Mario Kart. It's great. I'm on a double A.
Panasonic palm quarter.
I think I got it at a regular Nintendo in '93 too. It was like the fancy newer looking model that they made like later, like in the early '90s. More Ricky Steamboat. Love you too, Ricky. I love the Tony got the song for when Ricky Steamboat does AEW. I love it.
Let's go back up to Kopetsky in the ring.
I'm supposed to say that.
Then say it.
Don't say it.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, soon to be making his way toward the ring.
Oh shit, this is gonna be good. Ricky Steamboat versus Vader.
From the Rocky Mountains, weighing 450 pounds, Big.
Hell yeah, this is gonna be good. This is that good stuff. Oh yeah, baby.
With us last week, Big Van Vader took on two men. He powerbombed Joe Thurman, and after the carnage was done, they had to take Joe Thurman to a medical facility here. We understand he suffered some head and neck injuries, and it's just
some head and neck injuries. He broke the man's back.
Nobody said this business was easy, and every time, Tony Schiavone, something you don't know about, something Jim Ross
These two, how did they like not have a feud?
you potentially risk your career.
There's no question about that, especially when it's up against
Joe Thurman now selling pencils on 6th Avenue.
Steamboat knows he's going to knock the big man down the sides.
Like they were in the same company for like 3 or 4 years. Like, and they only had a couple of TV matches. Like they should have had like a long rivalry.
Both of these men former world heavyweight champions.
Like they seem custom made for each other as opponents. What's happening here? There we go.
Patrick, and that was close to being a clenched fist, although I think he really got him with his forearm. Vader. Hooking Steamboat, just methodical.
Oh my gosh.
Steamboat slips over the top. Great agility. Look at Steamboat. Pounding away at Vader.
I love this spot. He did it with Brad Armstrong too, where he would like backtrack and then go over the top. Sami Zayn did it with Claudio Cesaro. It's such a good like babyface versus big strong heel spot where like you kind of slap the heel around and then you back up so they like chase after you.
Because he tried to match up with Vader quickly, realized it wasn't going to work, and now he's gone to some...
This is that good shit.
Got the big man off his feet, got him outside the ring, and Vader, you see outside, getting advice from Harley Race.
Like they're a minute in and this is already
How
great.
many times do you see someone take Vader off their feet that quickly in a match? Steamboat is prepared.
Well, Steamboat needs to keep moving.
Come on, it's me. It's Leon.
Vader stands in there, he blocks out the sun.
Oh boy, he stands on one end of the ring and the other end shoots up in the air almost.
Look at this, Vader trying to
Yo,
cut
Vader
the ring
takes
off now.
control
He's trying
center
to
of the
turn
ring
him
like a
back
big
in the
man
corner.
should.
Collar elbow hook up now.
Steamboat's
Trying to
in
keep
trouble.
the
He's got him in
faster
the
man in the corner.
That's where Steamboat doesn't want to be.
Steamboat, if he has any chance of winning this, has got to get out of the corner.
Vader send him to the other side. Here he comes.
Oh.
Steamboat used the quickness.
What a good hope spot.
It was almost. The hand was coming down.
I love the Ricky Steamboat rule for baby faces, where a heel cannot do anything 3 times uninterrupted.
And that's what he's got to do.
Even if you like do an itty bitty counter and then he goes right back on offense. The people just cannot lose hope in you.
Oh, what a match. And Vader, listen to him. He said, "You're mine." Intimidating and pounding away.
He's not intimidating
Oh
him.
my
He's
gosh.
beating him up with about 18-inch forearms out there. Look at him just
That's
wrapping Steamboat.
ridiculous.
That man can stop Big Van Vader. Look at that. It's like hitting a brick wall for Steamboat.
Steamboat, Steamboat.
But he's going to have to go. He didn't get out of the way of that one.
The Big Vader splash.
Yeah, he's taking care of Ricky because, you know, Ricky's a contract guy. Like, he needs to share a locker room with Ricky Steamboat next week. He just fucking hit Nick Patrick. He's my hero.
And Steamboat slumping down. Steamboat's got to be able to move out of the way, like you said, Jeff, but Vader is just working him over. Look at
Oh
this.
my god. Oh, okay. He's hitting his hands. I'm like, don't be doing shoot headbutts. Oh. There's my hero.
It has to be. But Vader's not finished.
I don't think Vader even cares.
Here's Randy Anderson, another official.
See, this is a match we need 3 referees for. What a shitty finish. Ooh. Like, this thing only got 2 minutes. Fucking ridiculous.
Who's going to stop him? Shivani, you're tough. Go down there.
Absolutely.
Ah, that sucks.
Steamboat trying to get back to his feet, but Vader
Like
a wild man.
Again, how did these two not end up wrestling more? Absurd.
We are out of time. Barry and Dustin down to help Steamboat. We'll see you next week here on Worldwide.
Like, that should have been the start of a feud, but it didn't happen. Alright, so that is it. That's it for tonight. That's all I got. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me the last 2 hours. Sorry, kind of ended on a sad note there, but hey, click. I like that noise. But yeah, thank you all so much. I appreciate the hang, appreciate the good times, the fellowship, the fun, as I do every Tuesday. You guys are a light of my life. So again, I'm back on Sunday for Off the Grid. We're gonna watch the other Southeastern Wrestling, as I saw it labeled as. It's real weird. It's a real good time. Again, special time, 8:30. I think the next screen's going to say 8. Don't listen to it. It's 8:30 Sunday. 8:30, not 8 o'clock. 8:30 Sunday, due to my son's basketball game pushing me back a little bit. I will be back on Sunday, and then be back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. for more WCW Deep Cuts live. But as I like to say, end of all these streams, even if you don't make it here next Tuesday, just make it the next Tuesday. I'd love to have you here, but more importantly, I just want you to make it through another 7 days. I think you can do it. I know you can do it. Life's hard. I know it's hard. Life sucks. But I think we can pull each other through. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom, right there. Catch me on Blue Sky. Get the hell off Twitter and go to bed.